you doing, folks? Welcome to King's Eyes channel. It's been a while. Been really busy. There's a lot going on, pretty good things. But let's jump right in. I want to talk about man talk. I had a conversation with a coworker the other night. In mid-conversation, I remember saying to my coworker, do you know that if anybody walked in on us, if a group of people walked in on us talking right now and heard the conversation unfiltered, unchanged by their presence, that we would be ostracized? It would be looked down upon. Oh, misandry, oh, misogynistic, and oh, y'all are bad people, bad men, and da-da-da. So you could imagine that me and my coworker were talking about women. Now, I'm in my late 20s, okay? He's older than me, in his early 30s. But the conversation we had, he's never had before. And I could see the expression on his face. And it showed, wow, like I wish I knew this before I got involved with a woman that was way older than me, before I got manipulated by a woman that drove me to actually get arrested, before I made the mistakes that I made. And it's a funny thing about this guy is he's about 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, strong jaw, like a generally, I would guess in the eyes of women, a handsome guy, but he is blue pill. And he went from being engaged to an older woman who did all of those things to him to being engaged with a younger woman. And as we were talking, I dropped red pill knowledge on him, but I didn't tell him it was red pill. I didn't give too much information yet. I'm spoon feeding him. And it was interesting because he could even see the correlation of what was going on between his dealings with his now girlfriend, who is actually younger than him, about 7 years younger. So it just clicked for him. It clicked for him. For instance, when we talked about women wanting to control, but when we think of a woman being controlling, we project how we want control for how they want to control, right? Aggressive takeover, which in some cases could be true. But because they are the weaker sex, because they're not the smarter sex. I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm not saying there aren't any smart women, but a lot of women are mentally stunted when it comes to their mental growth, because once they got boobs, they didn't have to develop their mental growth anymore. So it's hilarious, but we're chatting and talking it up, and I told him about something that happened that very day. Okay, I'm not the most beautiful guy in the world, but I get a decent amount of female attention. Okay, I'm 6'5", I'm 300 pounds, but I can do pull-ups. So that should give you an idea of my physique. I'm not a sloppy big guy, right? I'm a really strong built guy. But I deal with multiple women. Now, I don't lie to these women. All of them know that we're not in a relationship. I leave them to think what they want to think, and I do what I want to do. I'm not actively an asshole. I'm not actively trying to disrespect them or, anything. I just do what I want to do. And these women continue to want to deal with me. They tried little tests here and there, but I passed on flying colors because I don't care. I I do what I want to do, period. So that day, right, the day that me and my coworker had the man talk, one of the girls that slept over to my house, she slept over, and then the next morning I'm getting ready for work, I'm getting ready to head out, and as I'm getting ready to walk out the door, I'm telling her bye. She stays sometimes at my place after when I leave for a little while to clean, to do little things around my place, which I only allow her to do. I only allow her to do that because she has earned it. She has been consistent in her actions, in her interactions with me for about 10 months. Okay, so she's slowly earned that privilege. Okay, so I leave her in my place, for a little while, because she had to leave about an hour later, but she was going to, do whatever she does. She cooks, she cleans, do whatever I need done around the house. So, she sprang on me, you want to leave me your key? Because I'm gonna cook you some shrimp, some homemade shrimp Alfredo. Now, my first thought is, oh man, shrimp Alfredo with the big fresh shrimp that your dad gave you. Oh man, it sounds delicious. But deep down in my gut, I didn't like something. And it had nothing to do with me seeing another female that night, because I can easily cancel on any of them if I need to. But something in my gut I didn't like about the way she did it. And it was funny because I came to the realization that she tried to gain control. In a sense, in a passive way. She masked controlling my time and my possessions and everything with doing something for me. There's a reason she didn't ask while we were laying in bed or the night before, or, with previous copious amount of time before I would have to leave. She asked as I was walking out the door, putting me on the spot. So initially I said yes. So I take off and I'm heading out, and in my gut, I didn't like it. I did not like it. And so things changed. I flipped some things. I flopped some things. I ended up going back home for about another hour. So I get there, and she's picking up the food to make what she told me she would make. Right? She's got everything gathered and everything. She's pulling up. And she, asked me, is everything okay? And, I told her, yeah, some things changed. So I'm here for a little while longer, whatnot. Blah, blah. I didn't give too much detail. Like, all she needed to know was I'm here for a little while longer. So long story short, I basically tell her, you know what, cook tomorrow, not today. Cook tomorrow. Because she wanted to keep my key while I was at work. And then when she got off, she would go back to my place and basically just stay at my place, cook, and, just be there for pretty much the whole day. Now, I already saw her one time before, right? Normally, I do not see a woman more than twice in a week, right? I don't see it. So I basically tell her to cook tomorrow. Tomorrow starts a new week. Cook tomorrow. So at that point, I took back control, right? She had two options. She had one of two options. She could tell me no, in which case you're showing me a side of you that you have not shown me, right? And you're outwardly challenging me. Or you could say, okay, and keep your mouth shut, because if it is an act you have been putting on this submissive act for 10 months, you don't want to blow it. So, long story short, she gives me the key. She doesn't put up a fight, and she's cooking for me. at that time. You know, the time that I decided, you know, the next day, cook the next day. I don't want you cooking today. It don't matter why. I don't want you cooking today. So it was just interesting to me because my gut feeling, that manness up inside of me, had a problem with that. And I think all of us men are numb to it. We're deaf to it. And it naturally becomes stronger through man talk. Male to male interaction, when we share ideas, we share solutions, we share plans, we share goals, we share experiences with each other. Not this edited version or this politically correct version, but actually just having man talk, you know, that good old barbershop talk. Talking about money, talking about, you know, goals, talking about women, talk about being, tactics dealing with women, just, you know, man talk. And I'm red pill. My coworker is not, but just having that man talk with him revealed some things about me that I didn't even know. You know, and I'm not saying I know everything. You know, there's still a lot for me to learn. If you ever feel like you know everything there is to know, you're a fool. But that was just interesting to me. Having that man talk with him, letting me know that I need to get even better at listening to my manness. Listening to that gut feeling deep down. You know. That was just an observation I made, you know, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm about to be making more videos and everything. Things are going to slow down to the point where I can make more videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you guys later. King's Eyes out.